Hello guys and welcome to today's video. Well, today we are going to talk about my top 5 favorite modifications that I have done on my 1 Series. As you guys know, in the couple of, almost 2 years that I own this car, I have done a lot of modifications to it. Like, really a lot, not just a few, but like a healthy amount of 30, 40-ish little mods. So the car is, plenty modded, and we still have some mods planned. But I'm going to say my top 5 favorite of all the modifications that I've done to my car in, the past, like I said, almost 2 years that I owned it. Okay, so number 5 is in the interior. It's actually this little screen on the vent right here. So what does this do? Well, it's a little LCD screen, and it just shows you extra information that you normally can't see, or you have to see through the hidden menu. But main reason I got this is for oil temp, because the 1 Series F20 doesn't show oil temp stock wise unless you go through the hidden menu, which is a major pain in the ass. This one, you just start the car and it shows oil temp on the go. It also shows different things, like maybe if I know I have to turn on the engine, but it can also show, yeah, I do have to turn on the engine. Oh, cold start. Like you see, it shows 20 degrees is the oil, so you can see 0 to 100 times, boosts, coolant, all the speeds, all those nice of kind things you can see, which is just nice little extra information. But yeah, as you can see, throttle things, I mainly use it for oil temp. But yeah, it's a cool little extra. It wasn't cheap though, and I got it from M-Works. He also installed it for me. I'll leave the link in the description where I got it. But yeah, like I said, it's not cheap, but it's really worth it. It makes your car just a little bit more useful, and it gives you extra information, which I think is really worth it. Number 4 is the exterior part, and that is the full AM package. I'm gonna see it as one modification because you can buy it in a whole package at Bimmer Products.nl for only 700 euros. You can buy a whole bumper set, which is pretty amazing. So yeah, you can get a whole front bumper, side skirts, and rear bumper at them for 700 euro. You still need painting and montage, stuff like that, but I mean, for like 1500 euro you can really get your car equipped with a full AM package, and I really think it's worth the visual upgrade. It just makes the car look way better. And my rear bumper and side skirts are actually from them, and as you can see, the fitment, there is no problem with them. They fit very nice. And yeah, I think for a visual upgrade, a 1 Series really does need an AM pack. It just makes the car so much better. Then number 3 is actually a modification that you can't see. It's like the suspension. But really, a good suspension will sit your car a lot lower, and it does 2 things actually, in my opinion. First of all, it makes your car look way better because it sits very nice and tight. I mean, a small wheel gap also in the front, it just looks way better. Like you see, the wheels fitted nice into the car, and it also improves the handling quite a lot, because stock wise I think this car had just a little bit too much body roll, to be honest. But now with the new suspension, it really makes the car handle so much freaking better, and then in combination with the strut brace and the tires, it becomes even better. But the main key of the good handling BMW is the suspension. So really, the suspension on this car did a lot, really a lot, and it's a modification that you need to do. It's just a no-brainer. I think, like I said, the stock suspension is way too soft. The only bad thing about doing the suspension upgrade is that you will lose comfort, and you will rub earlier. I mean, if you have a front lip or a bumper, it will, you know, yeah, you will scuff it over the ground more and more easily. So that's the only downside, but really you get a much better looking car and also a much better handling car. So yeah, in my opinion, that's really a no-brainer also. And yeah, so that's a lot of fun. Then the last, the second most favorite modification is the exhaust, because it's just a lot of fun and it draws a little bit of attention to your car, and it's a conversation starter. So I'm gonna show you the cold start again on this car. I don't know if it'll do a cold start because of the other start just 2 minutes ago. Probably not, unfortunately. But yeah, the exhaust while driving, it just gives another excitement, joy, and it just looks better than the stock single exhaust tip. So yeah, I'll let you guys hear the exhaust, but you probably heard it already a few times. But yeah, 1.6 engine pedal, it sounds really great. And what did I do on this car? Well, I did a straight pipe custom welded, so we removed the mid silencer, which is also called the resonator, and I removed the rear muffler, and which is also called a muffler delete. So I did those two things. I still have my cats, so it doesn't have a downpipe, yet it already sounds that amazing. So yeah, I think it's a bonus, you know. Only downside is, you know, you will draw a lot of attention, but you will also draw unwanted attention, so people think you're speeding. I mean, a lot of people are idiots and they think you're speeding while you're making a lot of noise, but you're not. Your exhaust is just loud. You get that a lot actually. And also you know, cops, because this exhaust is illegal in Belgium, maybe not in other regions, but yeah, if they ever have a look under your car and they see like, oh, there is no muffler over here, like you can see, then you can be a little bit screwed. But yeah, I mean, it's a little risk you take, but it's well worth it, and I actually never had any problem with it so far. So yeah. And then the last modification is, you know, it's not a visual modification, it's a performance modification, but it's a tune. It's a stage 1 tune at BR Performance that I've done to this car, and that really was the biggest change ever. And if I got this car and they told me you can only do one modification to it, it would still be the stage 1 tune, because with the stage 1 tune the car becomes so much faster as it was before, because it gained 120 horsepower just with the tune. So standard it had 102 horsepower, and then, you know, after the tune it had 222 at that moment. So really that was a massive gain in power, and it just, you know, transformed the car completely. That really was my biggest, you know, wow moment after modification. I just went from a freaking slow 1 series to a 225 or 222 at that time, you know, decently fast car. I mean, 0 to 100 around 6 seconds, and a top speed of over 240 GPS clocked in Germany. So yeah, I mean, yeah, it's not a race machine, you know. I mean, there are a lot faster cars on the road, but yet at the end of the day you can still, you know, make those faster cars work for their money. And at the red light I barely get beaten by anyone. I mean, most cars on the road are slower than this one. So yeah, the stage 1 tune is definitely, it was also one of my first modifications, but yeah, the stage 1 tune is definitely, but really like definitely, one of my favorite mods to the car, because like I said, it just transformed the car completely, and it makes it as fast as a 125i standard. So yeah, that's my top 5 modifications on this car. Tell me what you think are your favorite modifications on this car, or on your car. you can pick that. Anything that I missed, I know a lot of you comment about the Android screen because this little screen doesn't do it at the moment, and I get that. I mean, it's not, doesn't look good compared to the rest of the interior, so it's gonna get swapped. The thing is, I actually have the Tune to Air already, so I have Bluetooth streaming and GPS. I actually always use my phone with Google Maps, so that's why I'm not in a hurry to replace it, but I'm going to replace it with an Android unit soon. So yeah, that's gonna be, you know, a lot better, and that will probably be one of my more favorite modifications, because that will actually, you know, make the car look a lot more modern and give it a lot more options that you can do that you can do with the stock interface. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys very, very soon. Bye.